Hi guys, this is my slideshow on the construction of the Suez Canal. What is the Suez Canal? So the Suez Canal was a man-made waterway and it connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Indian Ocean through the Red Sea, and it was used mainly for trade to make shipping quicker across Europe. And it was Napoleon's idea when he was visiting Egypt. So Napoleon has been many times to Egypt with his armies, and they have realized that shipping was a big problem and it took a very long time. Quote, all nations, save one, would rejoice at the idea of its completion, New York Times. So the reason for this quote is because, as you can see at the bottom here, this map, before the canal was built, they had to sail all the way around Africa just to ship around England. And that, as you can see, it says it took 10,400 miles to get there. So this was a very big deal when it was built. It took way shorter of a time to get past, get by with ships. It took 4,600 miles to travel. So that's less than half the distance of traveling around Africa. Before construction, Napoleon investigated old canals, so he investigated some from Egypt, and it wasn't the French idea to build a canal. There's been many canals that built in the past. So an engineer calculated the Red Sea was 100 meters above the Mediterranean, so this caused a lot of problems at first. So a lot of technology was needed to fix that. You'll see later. The Suez Canal Company was given a 99-year lease to build and operate the canal in Egypt, and the estimated cost was $100 million. That's pretty crazy. How it was built. So it was estimated that 1.5 million people worked, including slaves and laborers, which was soon forced labor was banned in 1863. So it was just other workers working there, and they dug with their hands at first until other technology was invented, including locks. So those locks were used because of the different altitudes, as you saw on the slide before. They were used to keep the water in so they wouldn't flood. They also used coal-powered shovels and dredgers, and the construction started in 1859 and took 10 years to complete. So dredgers was one of the tools that they used. It was a pretty big tool. It had many buckets attached to scoop up the mud and dig from the canal bed. And after scooping up the mud, it also deposits the mud. So there's a lot of land that's been, dug out pretty quickly, and it is capable of digging at a rate of 6 million cubic feet a month, which was a big deal. It was a lot then. So the effects on the British. So this is a big deal for the British because France and Britain have had a long history of being enemies or uneasy allies. Britain was protective of losing control over the Mediterranean India. They were also very protective because they're so used to dominating the ocean trade routes because they're an island, so they're not used to many of these changes when the canal was built, and they were very suspicious that France was gaining power from the canal in these areas, and they were worried that they were going to get more money than them and then overthrow them. So after the canal was built, it was opened on November 17th, 1869, and the cost ended up being double the amount of that it was predicted. So it was predicted to be $100 million, and so it was around $200 million. And when it was open, it was 200 to 300 feet wide at the surface and 72 feet deep at the bottom, or 25 feet deep and 72 feet wide at the bottom. And so this really shows that how old this canal is, because in more recent days, as you can see at the picture of the top, that is a boat getting stuck in this canal. So it really shows how old this canal is and how, they probably weren't expecting it to get this far. And so hopefully in the future, maybe expanding the canal will be a good idea. so we could not have any more boats getting stuck. Yeah, thank you guys for watching.